What's up, guys? So I'm gonna hop right into it. We have a very special guest with us today, Darius.
What up, YouTube? It's your Uncle Darius, aka Big D. I want to thank everybody for watching. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us, and we really appreciate that.
Darius, I saw you on the Jubilee videos.
Yeah.
You went on the penis size one. First of all, how'd you get on there? You sign up?
It's funny that you guys mentioned that. I signed up, they interviewed me, and the crazy part is, I didn't hear from anybody for for over a month and stuff, and then the day before the recording, they called me the night before and say, hey, we had somebody dropped out. And they say, hey, do you want to come along? And I'm like, sure, why not?
Was it like, hey, my dick is this size? Like, did they ask that question on the submission?
They do, yeah, they did.
And they were like, our biggest dick dropped out. Would you want to kind of fill the space?
Well, I don't know if he was a big dick. All I know was that this person who dropped out, he had to do some modeling. He had other things he needed to work on. So they just called me, and that's how I got in. I didn't have time to get a haircut and everything.
So then for the other one, the one that we reacted to recently, I don't know if it was guests who has autism or people guests who has autism. That one, same thing. You like, hey.
Yep. I actually applied to 2 episodes actually. Okay. One for the autistic and not test your radar. The other is virgin or not test your radar.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me ask you this: do you think I'm a virgin?
Oh, Darius.
Rhino on this.
Wow. Okay, and Darius just told me you're how old? You're 36?
Yes.
Hey, Big D.
I did trip.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
It's good to meet you guys as well. So I did ask Rhino right here. I applied to 2 episodes recently. One for the autistic or not, test your radar, which you guys have already reacted to. I also applied to virgin or not, test your radar. And let me ask you this: what would you say? Am I a virgin or not?
Okay, biggest dick.
Because you got to utilize that, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
I say no, just based off the energy,
I'm saying not a virgin because of the dick alone.
Well, both of you guys got it right, so there we go.
See, Big D. He got that BDE. Damn, in the flesh.
I have been with a few people, and also I dated a few people. But here's the surprise: I've never been in a stable relationship before, ever.
Wow. Is that something you want and you're looking for? Or?
That's something that I would like to have, yes. But but at the same time, though, the way the dating scene is nowadays, it's just it's just tough. It's tough for everybody, regardless.
Yeah.
And especially it's tough on the person on the spectrum because when you're a man, they expect you to be masculine. They expect you to be the protector, the provider, and everything. And me being on the spectrum, there's some things that hinder me from being the best person. I don't want to say the best person, but there's a thing that hinder me from being that provider, being that protector. I always have people watching my back. From my parents to my brothers to my friends and everything. I never been like that leader or as they say Andrew Tate, whatever, alpha male. I never been that type of alpha male. But at the same time, I've never really been a follower either. I'm a person who you would consider a lone wolf. Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes complete sense. I'll hop right into it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show Love on the Spectrum?
Yes, I have.
That was my first question.
I've seen a lot of interesting people, a lot of cool, and they are very cool people. I actually watched both seasons, and the way that people, where they shows our everyday experience, it feels like, even though everybody on the spectrum is different, it feels like we all have a similar experience. Does that make sense?
Yep. I'm curious, with your relationships that you had, you said you hadn't had like a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself being attracted to or drawn to girls with autism, or just is that a type of thing where typically people who are autistic kind of band together and they feel like, oh, you get me, I get you?
That's a good question. I typically just attracted to all type of girls. Really.
You same?
Like black, white, what number, what disability or disorder they are or they have. I'm just attracted to beautiful girls. And when I say beautiful, I don't mean like Kim Kardashian type of hot beautiful. Think of it as Zoe Deschanel type of girl. Like that nerdy homey type of girl, who cares a little bit about how they look, but at the same time, they care more about, who you are, personality wise. Did that make sense?
I like that. One of the main things I wanted to know about was growing up. When did you discover that you had autism. What kind of walk me through like that journey of what it was like growing up? Did you feel different from other people? Like when did you kind of officially get diagnosed that you had that?
I hear stories from my mom and both my mom and my dad. When I was a little kid, when I was a toddler, I could speak, at least speak as well until like 4 years old. And then growing up, I always felt like I was an odd person, but at the same time though, I always felt that I was quote unquote the normal one. What I mean by that is that I'm the person who always get good grades. I'm a person who always behaves. Of course, I got spanked every once in a while, but hey, that every kid.
Didn't we all?
Yeah. But one day, I was on the basketball team, and I did ask my mom and my dad, hey, what's going on with me? Say, is there anything going on with me? And I remember my dad said, son, you just have autism. And guess what? There's really nothing wrong with you. The only thing is you have autism. That's it. I say you're a smart, intelligent kid, and you're able to behave well.
And how old were you when your dad said that to you?
I want to say I was 11 years old. I remember we were at UCLA, so
okay,
at the Poly Pavilion. So I remember that, I remember just asking both my mom and my dad what's going on.
Would you say when you were in school, high school, middle school, did people pick on you? Did you ever face any sort of bullying, or were you just part of the crowd? Were you the most popular guy?
No, I was never the most popular guy, but at the same time though, it's like I wasn't really being bullied, you know what I'm saying? But I was picked on, to say I would have people mock me like things like that.
Wow.
But of course I had an older brother, I say everybody know who my older brother was, and they know they pick on me, they got to pick on him, and nobody dared to pick on my brother. So
wow. Well, how did that make you feel when you saw people laughing at you or mocking you? Did that really hurt you to your core, or were you able to deal with it and oh, it's nothing?
Well, I did feel embarrassed, and I remember in high school there was one dude, he clowned on everybody, to tell you the truth, but he often would clown on me, at first I tried to let it slide and everything, but then one day, I guess he would clown on me. I don't remember what he clowned on me about, but I just had enough. I did tell him, I was like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. I'm tired of your BS and things like that. And then afterwards, I say it just kind of stopped. So I was never much of a fighter, but I'm not a type of person who is afraid to stand up. But definitely I never had to fight somebody. So then again, my brother did most of the fighting. So
thanks, bro. Shout out to your brother.
His name is Marcus. So shout out to you, Marcus.
Marcus, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about autism specifically. Do you have any things in your daily life that you would say you struggle with? Because I was looking online and it said eye contact or difficulty with social interactions, obsessive interests.
When I was younger, I definitely did have trouble with eye contact. They definitely wanted a counselor. They helped me with that.
Nice.
So I'm now able to look at both of you guys, all you guys, or not for a very long time. So if you see myself,
well, I'm the same. I don't really like staring at people deeply in their eye and shit. That's not my work on.
Yeah. As far as social setting goes, I'm a type of person who can discuss with people one-on-one. When I discuss with people one-on-one, that's when I'm most extrovert. You know what I'm saying? I'm an introvert guy regardless. But yeah, so basically, I'll be like Michael Jackson, be like Billie Jean is, Billie Jean is the mother.
That's the classic movie.
But yeah, it's when more and more people come, that's when I go back to do what I do. I sit down and just either do my work or just do other things. Last Friday actually, we had. My job has a holiday party, and I was able to talk to few people. I talk to mostly everybody, but I talk with them one-on-one. I ain't talk to them with the big crowd, things like that. So that's just how I am, like I said. As far as sensory goes, I don't like it when these get too bright. Yeah, but though most time I don't have a problem with that. The thing is, with my job is that people do tend to talk loudly. They be like rah 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 rah. So, but luckily for me, I got my Dr. Dre Beats headphones. I put it on my ears so I can either concentrate working or just concentrate to do other things. So
that's so interesting because what you're describing, I'm on the same vibe. When people are too fucking loud,
yeah,
I gotta put my damn headphones in so I don't have to hear that shit. Okay, so noises and lights. Is there anything else that you would say maybe it's a pet peeve of yours that you think it stems from being autistic? I don't know what.
That's a good question. I have several pet peeves, to tell you the truth. I'm a type of person who don't like to be late to stuff, so late to events. I'm saying? I'm also the type of person who kind of like nitpicky. I tend to collect records, like tend to collect like music CDs and all that, and and I'm very nitpicky about it. So like I'm very like if somebody asks me to borrow something, I kind of like okay, I'll give it to you, but don't mess it up. Don't mess up my Tupac record.
Are you confrontational if someone messes your shit up?
That's always been one of my issues. Autistic or not, is like I'm not like a very confrontational person, even though I should be. I guess it is because I am more of what a lot of people consider me a kind person, a nice person. Like, so I'm not a type of person where like when they come at me, I tend to get anxiety, I tend to get anxious, so I tend to like just get like And for the longest period of time, I didn't have a way to express that. I didn't have a way to express myself. So one of the things that I talked to my psychologist about this, and they did prescribe me with an SSRI. And when I started taking it, that's when I feel more confident, more comfortable with telling people how I feel. Or if I have an issue with people, I don't want to say I confront them. I just mainly talk with them, because at the end of the day, we are all adults. So this is not high school, this is not middle school. So we should not have to deal with no like bullshit drama or anything. That one thing I noticed with a lot of internet, when on internet, especially on YouTube, where people tend to, have all these BS drama, where our goal is to, entertain people and make some money. So
I would like to know what your hobbies are, like if you're into anything.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I like to collect records. I like playing video games. Like saying, it help keep your mind off of things.
Games.
Grand Theft Auto, Tekken, 2K, NBA 2K. Used to be Madden, but I suck at that. So I like to write on the side. I say that's really my main hobby, is to write. That's another way I find to express myself. Express who I am. Growing up, like I say, I was always more of a timid person, and I always felt that like people wouldn't listen to me at times. So what I used to do, I used to yell, I used to scream like, "Hey, I'm over here! Listen to me!" But now I'm learning to lower my voice when I talk, and not only that, I learn to find a way to express how you are, how you feeling.
That's incredible.
Is it more like diary, journal, or like poetry?
Yeah, diary, journal. I tend to dab into poetry every once in a while, but I can't rhyme. So if I would have been a rapper. But then again, anybody could be a rapper, aka Dave Blunts.
Big D. I mean, that's a good rap name already. I feel like.
Real quick, guys, we just launched a website where we're gonna be putting all of our exclusive content, never before seen clips, longer extended videos, all the reactions that we couldn't upload onto this channel are all going onto this website.
All you gotta do is become a member and you'll get weekly content, almost unlimited content in a way, because we're gonna constantly be posting stuff. So check it out, become a member.
If you've already watched all the Strawberry Park uploads and you need something else to watch during your lunch break, this is the chance.
And this is almost for someone that wants a deeper connection with us, to see a bit more, because we already post every other day here. So if you want more from us and you're that level of a supporter, check it out, because I think we're not gonna disappoint with the content. Oh, I'm tired of the reactions.
I want more vlogs. Oh, you're not a member?
You didn't see him over there?
Oh, the members just got 2 this week.
Oh, you have to sign up. You have to sign up.
Y'all still watching the reaction? Oh, but they saw it a day early.
MyStrawberryPark.com. Click the first link. Become a member.
My final question is I've always heard that autistic people tend to have certain things that they're very good at. Like they'll be very good in school. Like they're really smart with certain subjects. Yeah. How are you with that? Do you have any fucking superpowers?
I wouldn't say I have a superpower, but there are things that we're really good at. Like I tend to be good at math, which I know a lot of people are not. I tend to be good at history, and I'm good at English. Not so much as science though. I tend to memorize things a lot. Like I can memorize, people's birthday, how old they are, and important events that come up. Basically with a person's personal life. Hey, I happen to like Bluey. I will remember that. And then when their birthday come up, I'll think about them and say, go on Amazon and say, what Bluey I can get to my coworker.
So if someone were to tell you their birthday one time, you're able to memorize it almost, or is it something that you have to kind of consciously decide to remember, or is it like some photographic memory type shit? If I say, oh, I'm September 18th, 1997, and then the next time we link up, you'll just know that? Or?
Yeah, that's September 18th, yeah.
So when the September 18th comes around, I'll be getting a text from Darius.
Yes, he will. Also, I want to say something else. Like everybody on the spectrum is different. Like my cousin, you know, like he is what you consider a level 2 autistic. I consider myself a level 1 autistic. He's level 2 autistic. And level 2 autistic, like they can speak, but they cannot function in a real world by themselves. So they need like a caretaker like at all times. I remember like years ago, like when we were playing like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, there was a one mission that I could not beat, like for the life of me. I asked my cousin, hey, can you beat this mission? And he beat the mission just like that, the first time. Yeah, I was like, how the hell do you beat this mission? But he did it for me, so, and I'm forever grateful for that. I have a nephew who is also autistic. His name is DJ, Darian Jr. Shout out to you, Darian. He is, I don't know what level he is yet. He's able to communicate, kind of like how I was when I was young, you know what I'm saying? I had friends, you know, but I didn't have like big friends, you know. But also, you could tell that he had some sensory issue like that. He tended to wear headphones a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, I tend to be on my electronics a lot as well. The message I want to tell people is that no matter, and like, if you're on the spectrum, you know, don't let that hinder you. Everybody going through life, but us on the spectrum, you know what I'm saying, it's tougher and it's harder. Because we have to deal with social cues, we have to deal with a lot of things. Continue to be the best person possible. You know, whatever you want to do in life, don't let autism, don't let anybody or anything stop you from getting away. And guess what? You never know. You could be the person who could find cure of AIDS. You could be the next president of the United States. Continue to grind, keep on trucking, you know, and just live your life to the fullest.
Wow. Incredible. It seems like you really made serious strides and improvements from when you were younger to now. Yeah, it's like you said, you got better with all these different things that you originally struggled with, and now it's like not really that much of an issue anymore.
I still have some things, you know, I say like on that video of autistic or not, you know, everybody obviously could tell that I'm autistic. Mm-hmm. I was hoping that nobody could tell I was, but hey.
Yeah, that's the thing where they said it's called like masking or something.
Yeah.
Or it was like someone who's autistic can try to hide or disguise themselves. I didn't get that because I don't know how you hide who you are as a person. Like, I don't know.
And the way that I manage is that, you know, I can't be the foolish person that I truly am. Like, what the us autistic people we tend to stare. Like me, I tend to flap my head, you know, do all this, you know, like it should be in my own world, things like that. If I know that I am in a setting, you know what I'm saying, I told myself, don't do that, you know, don't that people will think you're weird.
Is it almost upsetting or you feel sad or pissed when you have to tell yourself you can't be your true full self because you don't want other people to think you're weird?
In the beginning, yes, it was frustrating, you know, like it was, you know, like because you want to be your true self, you want to be who you are. But then if you think about it, you know, like were you on a spectrum or not, a lot of people had to mask who they had to be, you know, who they are. You know, everyone to survive in a real world. That's how it was. That's how it always was. You see it on TikTok, you can see it on YouTube, you see on social media, you see it everywhere that more and more people, they're not ashamed of who they are. They are willing to express their true self, their true feelings. But back then, the previous generations, we had to hide who we are in order to function in a society. Where the new generation, they're like, all that, you know, like we're gonna be our true goofy self. So
I feel like if people are more themselves, and not in a crazy way, because sometimes you can be yourself, and if being myself means I speak way loud in a coffee shop and disturb everyone while they're trying to study,
yeah,
maybe that's not the best time to be yourself. But being yourself within reason, within a ethical way,
yeah,
I think I definitely believe in that, and I think it would be good if more people were themselves, because I see a lot of people who are clones nowadays who speak the same as everyone else. I just try to act like everyone else, and what's the point of that?
Do it in the most respectful manner. To do it in the most positive manner. You know, the way that you can change other people's lives.